The story of Medusa. Medusa is a fascinating figure from Greek mythology, renowned for her hideous appearance and the power to turn people into stone with her gaze. This legendary creature has captivated the imagination of countless generations, appearing in various stories, artworks, and even popular culture. In this essay, we will explore the origins of Medusa, her appearance, her role in Greek mythology, and her cultural significance. The origins of Medusa can be traced back to ancient Greek mythology. She was one of the three Gorgon sisters, born from the sea god Perseus and the sea goddess Ceto. Medusa, along with her sisters Steno and Euryale, were depicted as winged creatures with snakes for hair and the ability to petrify anyone who looked directly at them. Of the three, Medusa was the only mortal, while her sisters were immortal. Medusa's appearance is often described as terrifying. Her face was said to be so horrifying that any who gazed upon it would turn to stone instantly. Instead of hair, she had a writhing mass of venomous snakes, which added to her monstrous aura. Her body was usually portrayed as that of a woman, although some depictions also portrayed her as having a serpentine lower half. Medusa's most famous mythological tale involves the hero Perseus. According to the myth, the king of Seriphos, Polydectes, desired Perseus' mother, Danae. To get rid of Perseus, Polydectes sent him on a seemingly impossible task, to bring back the head of Medusa. Perseus embarked on a perilous journey and received aid from the gods Athena and Hermes, who provided him with a reflective shield and winged sandals. Using the reflective shield to avoid direct eye contact with Medusa, Perseus managed to approach her while she slept. He decapitated her with a swift stroke of his sword, and from her severed neck sprang forth the winged horse Pegasus and the giant Chrysaor. Perseus then used Medusa's head as a weapon, turning his enemies into stone until he ultimately returned it to the gods. The myth of Medusa is rich in symbolism and carries various interpretations. One popular interpretation is that Medusa represents the archetype of the monstrous feminine. Her hideous appearance and deadly gaze serve as a cautionary tale against the dangers of female power and sexuality. The Greek patriarchal society may have used this myth to reinforce the idea of male dominance and control over women. Medusa's story has also been interpreted as a metaphor for the transformative power of heroes. Perseus, the hero, slays the monster, representing the triumph of order over chaos. By decapitating Medusa, Perseus overcomes his fears and gains the ability to turn his enemies to stone, symbolizing his newfound power and authority. The myth of Medusa has left a lasting impact on art, literature, and popular culture. In ancient Greek and Roman art, Medusa's visage was often used as a protective symbol, adorning shields, breastplates, and other protective gear. The story of Perseus and Medusa has been a popular subject in painting and sculpture, with artists throughout history interpreting and reimagining the myth in their own unique ways. In contemporary culture, Medusa has been featured in literature, films, and video games. Her character is often portrayed as a powerful and alluring figure, embodying both danger and mystery. Medusa's image has been appropriated by various feminist movements as a symbol of female empowerment and rebellion against patriarchal norms. In conclusion, Medusa is a complex and multifaceted figure from Greek mythology. Her origins as one of the Gorgon sisters, her terrifying Medusa's curse. According to mythology, Medusa's curse was not only limited to turning people into stone with her gaze. It was also believed that her blood possessed venomous properties, which could bring about death or induce sleep. The hero Perseus used Medusa's head as a weapon, wielding its power against his enemies. Pegasus and Chrysaor. When Perseus beheaded Medusa, two creatures sprang forth from her body. The first was the winged horse Pegasus, known for its beauty and association with poets and the Muses. The second was the giant Chrysaor, often depicted as a warrior with a golden sword. Both Pegasus and Chrysaor played significant roles in later myths and legends. Medusa's transformation. Medusa was not always the monstrous creature described in Greek mythology. According to some accounts, she was originally a beautiful priestess in the temple of Athena. However, her beauty caught the attention of Poseidon, the sea god, and they engaged in a clandestine affair in Athena's temple. Enraged by this desecration, Athena transformed Medusa and her sisters into the Gorgons. Perseus and the Gorgon's head. The myth of Perseus and Medusa is a popular tale in Greek mythology. In his quest to obtain Medusa's head, Perseus received aid from various gods and goddesses. Athena provided him with a polished shield to see Medusa's reflection without turning to stone, and Hermes gifted him with winged sandals to aid his mobility. Medusa's role as a guardian. Despite her fearsome reputation, Medusa was often depicted as a protective figure in certain contexts. Her terrifying gaze and petrifying abilities were believed to ward off evil spirits and enemies. Medusa's head was sometimes used as an apotropaic symbol, meant to avert harm and provide protection. Medusa in ancient art. Medusa's image was prevalent in ancient Greek and Roman art. She was often depicted on pottery, sculptures, and architectural friezes. These representations showcased her monstrous appearance, with snakes entwined in her hair and a terrifying expression. Medusa's image was also used on shields and armor to intimidate opponents. Medusa's symbolism. Medusa's story carries various symbolic interpretations. She is often seen as a symbol of feminine power and the dangers associated with it. Her monstrous form and ability to petrify represent the fears and anxieties surrounding female sexuality and independence. Medusa's story has been interpreted as a cautionary tale cautioning against challenging traditional gender roles and societal norms. Medusa's influence on literature. Medusa's myth has inspired numerous literary works. The Roman poet Ovid featured her prominently in his epic poem Metamorphoses, recounting her transformation and the events surrounding Perseus. Medusa has also appeared in modern literature, with authors drawing upon her myth to explore themes of power, identity, and transformation. Medusa's legacy. Medusa's enduring popularity is evident in her presence in contemporary culture. She has been featured in films, such as the 1981 movie Clash of the Titans, and in video games like God of War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Medusa's image has been reimagined and adapted by artists, writers, and feminist movements, becoming a symbol of strength, rebellion, and empowerment. Medusa's story continues to captivate and intrigue people, showcasing the timeless allure of Greek mythology and its enduring impact on art, literature, and popular culture.